Lake Michigan is the source of Chicago's drinking water, and when many people were moving to Chicago in the mid-19th century, concerns began to grow about dumping into the city's water source. All the way up till the 1880s, water from the Mississippi and Illinois River would flow into the Great Lakes until widespread disease from waterborne illnesses such as typhoid and cholera became more prominent. And that is why in 1887, the Illinois General Assembly passed an act to reverse the water flow from the Chicago River so that it went into the Mississippi River instead of Lake Michigan. Civil engineers worked on this until the year 1900, building pumping stations and canal locks that successfully achieved this monumental feat. But that didn't mean people weren't still dumping into the river, especially because Chicago has always had a lot of blue-collar industrial jobs that are hard on the environment. At the same time that engineers were working on reversing the flow of the Chicago River, the Sanitary District of Chicago was formed on May 29, 1889 by the Sanitary District Enabling Act. And these people were in charge of processing wastewater among other services to help keep the Chicago River clean. It's changed its name many times throughout the years, but it's currently known as the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. And so basically, if there are people that want to empty septic tanks, they would pay a fee at a wastewater treatment facility that the Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago would provide. Looking up on Google, if Stefan Wohl wanted to go through the proper channels of emptying his septic tank, he most likely would have had to pay between $300 to $600 in today's money to empty it. And this is money that Dave Matthews Band surely had. So the reasoning for Poopgate probably isn't because they were cheap, but because Stefan Wohl was lazy and didn't stop to pump his septic tank on the drive from Cincinnati to Chicago. And instead of taking the time to drive to an actual wastewater treatment plant, he instead decided to dump it on the Kinzie Street Bridge that had metal grates that emptied into the Chicago River, hoping no one would see him and that there would be no tour boats sailing below the bridge at that time. Although I do have to wonder, if you're dumping a bunch of poop and piss onto metal grates, don't you think that not all of that would empty into the river and that you'd leave a trail of waste on the bridge?